Sound the alarms, folks, because Starlight Drive just got buffed tremendously. Hey guys, Sonic Smash Bro here, and yeah, that old Sword Soul combo theory video? That's basically outdated at this point because Starlight Drive getting buffed as heavily as it did just opened up so many more options for it. And the new version of the skill reads as follows. You can use the skill's first and second effects once per turn, no longer twice per duel, if your deck contains 7 or more tuner monsters. First effect, if you control Stardust Dragon, play Formula Synchron from outside of your deck in face down defensive position, battle position can be changed, and set Shooting Star from outside of your deck. This can be activated the same turn. So we used to not have Formula Synchron at all. Now we do, and that opens up so many more options. So many more options, you have no idea. So, that means the second effect also has a buff. If your opponent has any cards on their field or in their graveyard, play Stardust Dragon for your extra deck in face down defense position, battle position can be changed, then send 0 to 3 random level 2, not even tuners, just random level 2 monsters from your deck to the graveyard. I was thinking this was tuners, but I'm thinking of the place where the zombies I have in here. But anyway, so, yeah. Now this works during our turn going first if we get hand trapped. This is huge. This opens up so many more combos. This opens up so many more ways to be safe with Sword Soul into the Starlight Drive build. I know that Virtuous Bonds is probably going to be the best deck in the format coming up with Sword Soul. I could be wrong on that, but, well, hey, we'll see if something new that comes up in the future changes things. Anyway, let's get right onto it, starting with the Triple Moya, Long Yuan, and Taya, basically our party starters. You pretty much know how this works. Double Golden Sword Soul, hand traps, tuners for the skill, and sometimes you might want one in the graveyard. Mainly because of Incredible Ecclesia the Virtuous here. A tuner for some reason, so we need this for the skill. Can basically also get us to Moya, so party starter shenanigans. And of course it can get us to this prick. I hate Albaz so freaking much, but he does have to be here. He is essentially super poly on legs after all. Double Plague Spreader Zombie, tuners for the skill, they're level 2 so we can build them with the skill's second effect if need be, and they have graveyard effects so we have graveyard plays if need be. Very, very, very nice. Anyway, moving on, we got ourselves our Triple Emergence, Searcher for a party starter, Triple Sacred Summit, Revival. As you can see, I did cut Iris Sword Soul because really it's just not going to be worth it in this version of the build. Triple Droplet, Double Eclipse, Board Breakers, Monster Disruptions, essentially. And speaking of which, Double Sword Soul Blackout. I ended up playing 2 Blackouts nowadays because I think we just need to see this a little bit more often than you might think. So, just having consistency with all the Sword Soul cards is going to be so much better, in my opinion, in the long run. Shooting Stars from the skill, but basically free removal. And same thing with Formula Synchron for the Excel Synchro shenanigans. Anyway, moving right along. For the extra deck, things have changed pretty considerably. We're down to 1 Shi Xiao, still really good. Dragites, same as ever. Spell Trap Negative Moyas in the graveyard. 2 Stardust Dragons, we need at least 1 for the skill now because the skill has just gotten overhauled significantly. We have our Cheng Ying, still as amazing as ever. Big body, big banish heavy body, essentially. Really nice. Stardust Warrior, our newest addition. Special Summon Negate, always, always nice to have, especially in some matchups. Not going to help you in Despia, though, unfortunately. For our Albaz targets, Dragostapelia. We also have our, if Dueling Book wants to work with me, Titaniclad, which is a just in case for going second. But primarily, we also have now Albion the Branded Dragon for Blue Eyes, because they have a bunch of light monsters. Shinobird, all a bunch of light monsters. And, because of its effect, we go into Albion, and it's not staying on the field for long, because we're banishing it, and we're banishing the Albaz we just used. Fusion monster and a dark monster, Dragostapelia. So we're adding another monster interaction to the board on top of everything we're already doing during the opponent's turn. This is disgusting. So, yeah, let's get into more of this. I did learn more about Sword Soul recently, mainly just due to the fact that it's been everywhere as of late. Oh, and we are starting off strong already. Hey, yo. Literally, all the cards we need are here. So, Moya, activate, revealing the Long Yuan. Gets us our token. These become our Shishao. Now, normally, it's chain 1 Shishao, chain 2 Moya. But, because we have everything we need guaranteed, I'm going to chain 1 Moya this time, and chain 2 Shishao. This way, we search our Swordsoul Blackout, and then draw. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. That is... I can't ask for a better end board than this. So, Long Yuan is going to pitch Taya. Getting us our next token. These become our Chengye. This will burn for 600. Next up, we go Sacred Summit. That's going to revive our Taya. We're going to keep the graveyard open because we're going to activate. I like to banish Sacred Summit at this point. And then we can make Dragite or the Stardust Dragon. In this case, I'm going to make Stardust, because honestly, Stardust is just a little bit more important, I feel. Alternatively, I could have just not made Shishao and just made the Dragite. But not exactly the best idea in the world. So now, the skill activates because we have Stardust Dragon. Meaning we set the Shooting Star. And we set our Formula Synchron. Not from the extra deck, I'm just putting it in here to simulate the skill. Set the Blackout. Set the Droplet. I could not ask for a better turn 1 end board. This is amazing. This is genuinely just amazing. There is actually one way it could be better, and that's if I had opened Ecclesia instead of Moya, but other than that, like, come on, you cannot ask for too much at that point. That's just a little ridiculous. So, say against Blue Eyes, we have to utilize our Stardust Dragon for destruction protection coverage. At some point, alternative comes up, so we banish with our Shishao. So, like, say alternative comes up, tries to destroy our stuff, we can just go Shishao, banish, and they casually just play Majesty of the White Dragons then and there. Try and blow up our stuff before we can do anything. Stardust Dragon covers that. Like so. And then we chain Formula Synchron on top of that. So that now Shishao has served its purpose. These will become our Stardust Warrior instead. So our Shooting Star is back online. We still have our Blackout. We still have Droplet. And then an end phase of their turn, assuming we can survive safely, Stardust Dragon comes back. You love to see it. Like, you genuinely love to see it. Okay, we might have some trouble here because this is a little less than ideal. I don't like seeing Moya when I'm seeing Ecclesia. So let's see here how this goes. Ecclesia. We get our Moya. Revealing the Sacred Summit. This gets our token. These become our Shishao. Now let's chain this the correct way this time. Well, normally correct. Chain 1. Chain 2. I need to see Long Yuan, Taya, or the Emergence. And of course the damn Plague Spreader shows up. Let's try that again. Because that's a little ridiculous when that happens. Okay, there we go. That is literally everything we need. So let's put this on top to show the Ecclesia version of the line. Same old song and dance. If they try to veil or imperm you there, this is a quick effect, so they are just idiots at that point. Let's get this our Moye. We can also cover a hand trap this way too, which is really funny. So we reveal the Long Yuan. These become our Shishao. Chain 1. Chain 2. If we get Taya, Emergence, or Blackout, I can just search whatever else. That's another Sacred Summit. Damn it. Although actually that could be beneficial depending on how we look at this. So here we have to search Taya, which kind of blows. But oh well. Pitch the Taya. Get our token. These make our Chang Ying. The only issue is that this entire combo is not safe against Nibiru at all. So burn for 600. Sacred Summit, targeting and reviving our Taya. I mean, granted, at this point, if they DD Crow freaking Taya, assuming they play DD Crow at this point, there's no point to that because we have the skill effect to just get Stardust Dragon right out of the extra deck, which is hilarious to me. Because that'd be what we were making anyway, you just saved us the extra steps. And then these become our Stardust Dragon. Now, in this case, because Ecclesia's in the graveyard, we actually want to send Golden Swordsoul. This is gonna sound weird, you know, sending a hand trap and all, but it'll make sense in context. And so now the skill activates, which gets us our Shooting Star and our Formula Synchron. We're just going to skip the rest of the procedure and just put that face up. And I personally don't like having to use the Sacred Summit here, but I'm going to have to do this. But anyway, let's say we're dealing with Sheena Bird. They go for the Shinado shenanigans, whatever. We flip the Shooting Star on sight to get rid of Shinado. That way, no more Change of Heart shenanigans. So if they get a monster on field to play Stars line above the shrine, or at least 2 monsters, what I do at that point is chain Formula Synchron. These 2 get off the field. Making our Stardust Warrior. Then, Shishao. Let's say it was Aratama Nikitama. I banish this to negate a monster effect. Then we chain the Chang Ying pretty much right away. Gets rid of the Shinado from Graveyard and one of the Tamas. I'm pretty sure they're all light. I could be wrong. Might have to check on that one. But anyway, regardless, that would trigger Golden Swordsoul. The main thing I know that's definitely light is the Shina Barons themselves. So let's go with that. Or, like, this is another way we could get rid of Shinado in, like, a funnier way. The one I actually, no, they might all just be light anyway, because, you know, the Shina Birds are light monsters, I'm pretty sure. Either way. So, the next order of business is to wait and see if they try to go for any major threats. Which could be genuinely hilarious. Although, actually, we probably should have just held the Shooting Star for droplet shenanigans. Man, sometimes I just don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, at some point we do Ecclesia, which gets us our Albaz, because we do still have a card in hand. We can discard that to the grave. And we fusion summon using a light monster or whatever, and our Albaz. That gets us our Albion, and we're not even done there because we can just banish itself. And the Albaz we just used. That's a fusion monster and a dark monster, you know where that goes. Drago Stapelia, which then covers against Shina Baron Peacock. So with 5 cards banished, at minimum, usually it's more like 7, they're down 700 attack points, they can't run any of this over. That is kind of absurd, just saying. And then on top of this, you still have Dragostapelia's Predator counter to do another negate, because Lamau, I guess. Oh, man. That is actually disgusting, and if you thought I was done there, you might want to think again. Oh no, Aratama's dark. One of the Tamas is definitely light, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's Nikitama. So that still works. We banish Aratama, they have Nikitama on field, it's like, okay, we use that and the Albaz to make our Albion. Either way, it still works out as planned. So, let's say we're going first, and we just so happen to get hand-trapped. That, however, would not be a way to stop it. We can't even do anything with that. Okay, good enough. More than good enough. So, top of deck this. We go Emergence. We add to hand our Moya, so we have our party starter. So let's say we try to activate this, and that gets like Veiled or something or Imperm. I think you have to reveal for cost. So this gets hand trapped. Yeah, sure, whatever. Because what we can do is we can go ahead and discard our other Longyuan. Special summoning this, that gets our token. So these become our in this context, we actually do, I believe, have to put Shishao in the main zone. In this case, I actually want to do Chain 1 chain 2. This way we can search our Swordsoul Blackout to hand. And draw something we might or might not need. Now at this point, we have to play the Stardust Dragon from the extra deck. Because we got hand trapped. Also, because we have the skill, this is where our Plague Spreader zombies come in, because we can just send these to grave. It's not random that they're the only level 2s in here. So now, what we do is we go ahead and declare Plague Spreader. I believe this is returned to the top of the deck. Special summon in defense, banishment leaves the field. We have a second one ready just in case. These become our Dragite. Burn for 600. And now the skill kicks in. So we have our Shooting Star. I'm just going to get Sacred Summit here just so I have that still there. To the top of the deck. And we'll skip the semantics with Formula Synchron. Set the Blackout. Set the Eclipse. This is if we get hand trapped. And this is still really good. Because we'll have Shooting Star pretty much right away if necessary. Covers whatever they might be trying to do. Right? So at this point, one of these we chain Formula Synchron once its roll is done. And these becomes our Cheng Ying instead of our Stardust Warrior. We'll get Stardust Warrior another time. Preferably, I would like to not get rid of the Dragite unless I absolutely have to. But for getting hand trapped by like a Veiler or something, this is still really solid. So, yeah. More of the combo theory for Stardust Swordsoul in action, and honestly, it's been buffed pretty heavily. Once I can actually finish this, I am probably going to attempt the King of Games with this next month. After all, the ban list goes into effect right as the month starts. So, until the next video, whatever it might be. Later, guys.